What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. Today we will be going over some new cards that have just been announced, and I'm pretty sure it will make a lot of either the anime fans players very happy, or at least the Elemental Hero players happy. So before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe, and also check me out on Twitch and Instagram. Both links will always be in the description box below. And now let's jump right into the first one, which is Axo Synchro Stardust Dragon. It's a level 8 Wind Dragon generic, 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner. So you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect is if this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower tuner from your graveyard. Doesn't negate the effect. That's not too bad. During your main phase quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon 1 Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. It's treated as a proper synchro summon. Then immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using monsters you control as material. This turn, that synchro monster is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Interesting. So you can make like a big-ass shooting Quasar on your opponent's turn, I suppose. You can revive back your Formula Synchron from your grave with this card. So, I mean, it's just more support for Synchron. Why not, right? I don't think it's going to be like super huge, but at least it's better than nothing. Now we have a card that I'm actually a huge fan of. Number 39, Utopia Rising. 2 level 4 monsters, so right off the bat, it's already a generic monster. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is special summoned, not Xyz summoned, you can target 1 number Xyz monster in your graveyard, except number 39 Utopia Rising, special summon it in defense, then you can attach all this card's material to it. It doesn't negate the effect of whichever monster you summon, and it's also not when it is Xyz summoned, but only special summoned. So you can, whatever, monster reborn this back, or revive it back with literally anything else, and then revive back like a generic number monster from your graveyard, like Harbinger, for example. This just looks like it makes Utopic Draco Future so easily. Like, it's so easy to just revive back another Xyz and then use this and like the other monster to make Utopic Draco Future. So this card is already incredibly good. And if you Xyz summon, you can special summon this card from the graveyard, banish it when it leaves the field. Are you kidding me? This is so ridiculously good. Again, it actually triggers its first effect off of its second effect because it also doesn't negate its effect. And also, even if it says banish and release the field, again, if you use it as an Xyz material for like another Utopia monster or the Utopic, it's not gonna get banished. So you always have resources, which makes it so this card just added a huge, gigantic grind game to the Utopia deck. This is absolutely massive, and this could actually see play in other decks, not just Utopia. But yeah, this card is like a solid 9 out of 10 at least for me. I'm a huge, gigantic fan of this card. Alrighty, now this is going to make the Elemental Hero, not even just heroes in general, but rather the Jade and Yuki fans very happy. So the first one is Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. Wow, this is literally the exact same artwork almost, huh? Literally all of the very old Elemental Hero monsters, even though this is just a hero kid, not even a Elemental Hero monster, but whatever. So the materials are a Elemental Hero fusion monster and 1 or more warrior monsters. Maybe a super poly target? Not really, huh? It has to be fusion summoned. Can't be summoned by any other ways. Gains 300 attack for each fusion material used for its summon. This card can make a number of attacks on monsters. Each battle phase up to the number of fusion materials used as materials for its summon. So it's going to have a lot of attack if used like a bunch of materials, and can be attacking twice or thrice or whatever. If this card battles a monster after damage calc, destroy that monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. Okay. If this fusion summon card is destroyed, special summon 1 warrior monster from your hand or deck. Oh, generic warrior monster, but I mean, it's not going to be like generic support to everybody, so it looks way too hard to summon, unfortunately. So I don't know if right now this card would have like any relevance. Alright, more hero cards, huh? This one is Elemental Hero Spirit of NEOS, level 7 warrior effect. Oh wow, it's the effect version of NEOS. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name once per turn. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Alright, if this card is special summon, you can add 1 spell or trap that mentions an Elemental Hero monster's name or 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. I can think of a lot of cards that actually mention Elemental Hero in its name, so it's actually crazy how you can actually search them now. Alright, seriously, this is very interesting. And also, again, the second effect is triggered off of its first effect, but it's only on opponent's battle phase, so it's not like super great, but whatever. During your main phase, you can shuffle this card into the deck, and if you do, special summon 1 Elemental Hero normal monster from your deck. And I guess it's like a bad card that summons another bad card in a way, kind of, since this is like, it almost works as a battle trap. It's just, it's a little too slow for 2022 standards. If this card was printed like back in the days, it would have been like so much better, but alright, Elemental Hero Shining NEOS Wingman. Level 8 Light Warrior Fusion effect, 3100 attack, that's not something you see every day. 1 Elemental Hero NEOS, and 1 Wingman Fusion monster. Alright, so Flare Wingman, Shining Flare Wingman, whatever. You can use them as well as NEOS to make this. The artwork is very badass. Again, it must be fusion summoned, so even if you properly fusion summon this card, you can't like Monster Reborn it back after. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn, so the third effect is infinite times per turn. If this card is special summon, you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of different attributes on the field. It doesn't target, and it also doesn't just count your own attributes, but also your opponent's attributes. So that's something that is quite interesting. And the other effect is a continuous effect. Gains 300 attack for each monster in your graveyard. Wow, and cannot be destroyed by card effects. This monster is going to be very big very, very quickly. This card destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. That's also pretty damn aggressive. Alright. Yeah, no, I kind of like that. I mean, it's again, a little hard to summon, but it's basically a guarantee that you kill your opponent when you summon either this card or this monster. So, yeah, they're basically just giant boss monsters that Jaden Yuki would definitely approve of. Alright, Cross Keeper. This card has to be a searcher or something. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can send this card from your hand or field to the grave. Special summon 1 Elemental Hero or Neo-Spacian monster from your hand or grave. Would have been nice if it was also from the deck. But if you special summon it from the grave, its effects are negated. That's a little unfortunate. If you special summoned an Elemental Hero Fusion monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, draw 2 cards, but then you have to place 1 from your hand on the bottom of the deck, a little similarly to Frigid, the Baron Blossom, the Tri-Brigade Link 2. So, yeah, this is a decent card. I don't really hate it. Alright, it's fine, but it's not, like, super broken. Dark Warrior, but it's not going to, like, generically boost all Warrior decks, just like the Space Connector or something. The monster that summoned Dolphin from the deck did. That card was broken. But yeah, I mean, Konami probably learned their lesson now. Ooh, this card has a broken name, and Engage Neospace. Engage, man. Normal spell card. Ooh, flashback. You can only use activate 1 card with this card's name once per turn. Alright, so this is already not as good as the last Engage. You can now special summon monsters from the extra deck during the turn you activate this card, except fusions. It's during the turn, so you can't like summon Xyz or Links or whatever, and then use this card. You can't. Send 1 Neo-Spacian monster and 1 Elemental Hero monster from your grave, so 1 from your hand and 1 from your deck. Special summon 1 Neo-Spacian monster or 1 level 5 or higher Elemental Hero monster from your deck, and if it is Neos, it gains 1000 attack. And if you do add 1 polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand, it has to be specifically the polymerization, not really like a card that is either like a polymerization or fusion spell, which I think is a little unfortunate. And on top of being once per turn and it has a cost from the hand, I actually don't think this card is too great, not gonna lie. Alright, Instant Contact, normal spell card. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name once per turn. Again, every single freaking card is once per turn. Pay 1000 life points, special summon 1 level 7 or lower Elemental Hero or Neo-Spacian monster from your extra deck, ignoring the summoning conditions, but if you don't have Neos on your field or grave, the summoned monster can't attack, its effects are negated, also return it to the extra deck during the end phase. This is literally instant fusion for Elemental Hero and Neo-Spacian monsters from your extra deck, but again, their effects are going to be negated since if you want to play this card generically, you probably won't be playing Neos. So yeah, they're just going to be like Link fodder or Xyz fodder or whatever, which is still not too bad. I mean, you can probably summon like a level 7 Elemental Hero monster from your extra deck, and then make like Tomahawk if you're in the OCG, and in the TCG, I mean, I can't really think of anything broken that you could do with this. Endwave, continuous spell card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If your Elemental Hero monster is used as material for a fusion monster summon, and sent to the graveyard or banished, you can special summon 1 Neo-Spacian monster or Neos from your deck. Not too bad. If a Neo-Spacian monster and or Elemental Hero Neos is shuffled from your field and or graveyard into the deck or extra deck, you can special summon 1 Elemental Hero monster from your graveyard. Okay, it's literally the exact same effect, but from the deck and then from the graveyard. It's okay, I get it. Alright. Fusion over. Quickly spell, you can only activate 1 card with this card's name once per turn. There's literally just no more cards that are not once per turn now. Konami is so scared of infinite loops, it's crazy. You can read the worst card ever that can't be abused whatsoever, and it'll still be once per turn. Like the Cybernetic, I think, Horizon or something. The Searcher for Cyber Dragons. That card sucks, and it's once per turn. Why? Anyways, target one face-up monster on the field, reveal one elemental hero monster, one NEOS patient monster, or one level 10 monster from your hand deck or extra deck. And if you use the targeted monster as fusion material this turn, you can treat its name as the revealed monster. Also, if you have elemental hero NEOS on your field and or in your graveyard, send the revealed monster to the grave. Otherwise, if it was revealed from the hand, shuffle it into the deck. So basically, this card is either like a fusion substitute kind of esque effect, fusion tag rather, not fusion substitute, fusion tag, or it's an interruption on your opponent's monsters, because you can send your opponent's monsters or shuffle them into the deck, and it's a quick play spell card. So yeah, you can break boards with this, and you can fuse with this. So I actually really like cards like that just in general, and it has fusion in its name, so it should be searchable by some stuff. Oh, and also elemental hero. So yeah, I actually really like this card, and the fact that it's once per turn, at least since it's a quick play, not too bad. You can use once on your turn, and then once on your opponent's turn, and it's also you can only activate, not you can only use just like this one. So if this, like its effects get negated, you can't use them again, but if this card gets its activation negated, you can use another one. So that's the massive difference between activate and use. Yeah, it's not the same thing whatsoever. Alright, the final card is Favorite Contact. Normal trap card, you can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. Special summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that lists a hero monster as material by placing the materials listed on it on the bottom of the deck in any order. From among your cards in your hand, or your field and your graveyard, and or your face-up banished cards. So literally from everywhere except from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, and if you place NEOS, the summoned monster cannot be returned to the extra deck. It's the normal trap card though, that's the thing. If this card was a spell card, it would have been great, and it would have been playable in so many decks, but the fact that it's a trap card makes it so much worse. I can still see this card being played in order to summon, I think it was this monster, because this one destroys cards on summon. So if you summon this monster on your opponent's turn, you should be good, but again, the fusion materials are absurd. Like NEOS and a Wingman fusion, you would literally have to be foolishing from your extra deck, because I don't think anyone wants to neg like crazy just to make a Wingman fusion monster. And yeah, you also find a way to get NEOS in the graveyard or in the hand or field, or I don't know. Yeah, it's too much effort just to pop cards. You might as well just play another deck. So this wave of support is just more casual, friendly support, but not really like super tier 0 broken-esque support. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys actually think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.